Welcome to another installment of Let's Talk About It. I am your co-host, Mr. William Bertice, and today we have two very special guests here with us today, talking about a great topic everyone has to deal with, which is relationships. But before we get to them, I'm going to introduce our co-host with us today. And next to the left of me, I have Mr. Terrell Simmons.
Yes, I'm on town today. Your career guy. Give you anything that you need career wise, education, skills, knowledge, a job to pay the bills.
Hey, you need that job.
Right?
Yes, yes, we do.
And right across we have Mr. Michael Dunn.
What's going on, guys? Michael Dunn, CEO of Decade Financial Solutions, aka Mike the Money Guy, aka that credit guy. If your score starts with a 4, 5, or 6, we need to talk.
Hey, if it's 4, 5, or 6, call him.
Yeah, you know what
yesterday.
it is. You guys know where to find me.
Yesterday. And Mike brought in today's discussion and topic, and I would love for him to start the introduction for our two
Oh,
guests.
right. Okay, guys. So, first and foremost, Mr. and Mrs. Schwartz, thank you so much for coming on today.
It's our
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Yeah, I have Naftali Schwartz and Linda Schwartz with me today, and the reason why I wanted to bring them on this episode or this rollout is because Naftali and they are also clients of mine, and we had a very good conversation over the last couple of months. And as I got to know Naftali, I started asking him, what is it that you do, and what what is it that you specialize in? And one of the things that he told me that he deals with a lot of is relationships, and specifically areas surrounding divorce. And I was like, whoa, like it when I heard it, I was like, man, like that really hit me like a ton of bricks because as you guys all know, what we're doing with Let's Talk About It is we want to start getting into kind of the nuts and bolts of the things that we deal with on a day to day. And in all honesty, I can think in one hand, I mean, I can think when I look at all my closest friends, a lot of them are either dealing with divorce themselves or even dealing with family members who are dealing with divorce. And so, and it really just starts to get into the whole idea of relationships, right? So, without further ado, I want to introduce Mr. Naftali Schwartz. Why don't you go ahead and say hi to everybody?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm gonna make a little joke, but I say, well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another edition of It's Time to Go Back to Basics. But I just realized this is not the right show. But that's how we start my show.
Hey, you're a natural at this.
Yeah, yeah, he's-
well, thank
yeah,
My
you.
wife did
yeah.
warn me that you're not.
did-
It's
Yeah,
not your
the-
first rodeo.
Yeah.
You didn't fill them in? Oh well. Okay.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
she did. She knows
She
that
did,
you have
yeah.
a background in radio, and then we have Miss Linda
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yeah, Zumba.
All right, Zumba, right?
So
So,
that's my newest, greatest passion in the last 6 years.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely gonna talk
Yes.
about that.
yeah, I love that. So,
Yes.
just to do a quick
Yeah.
intro, right? So, of course, I always ask for bios from all of our guests when they come on the show. And Naftali is a warm, personable relationship and wellness coach that provides his clients with hope, love, care, and helpful inspiration in many areas of their lives. And his emphasis or specialization is in inspiration, encouragement, spirituality, and motivational speaking. And the thing that really stuck out to me, and I even highlighted it in our notes today, is you really looking to understand people by who they appear to be and who they are in real life. And I thought that really stuck out to me because I think so often in relationships, that is one of the biggest challenges that we're dealing with is discovering who we're meant to be or who we appear to be and who we actually are in real life, right? And some of his credentials and some fun things is that obviously he's a relationship and wellness coach, has a bachelor's in formal education in education and sociology, and also is from as a Haifa. Is that how you say it?
Yes, Haifa. That's
Haifa,
the
Israel.
city in Israel. That's where I
Wow.
was born.
The Holy Land.
The Holy Land.
I love that.
Yes.
Now tell
yes.
the people what your name means. We talked about.
Yeah,
this.
we just
Ah,
talked about it a moment
Okay,
ago.
so
Yeah.
as everybody know, so Naphtali, which pronounced it's 3 syllables, Naphtali. It's one of the 12 tribes. If you look in the Old Testament, you see it's one of the 12 tribes. One of the 12 sons that Jacob had.
Yeah,
His name was Naphtali.
man,
That's-
you got so much history just within your name alone.
Apparently,
Good.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I'm honored, to have
Well,
that name. Actually, I was named after my great grandfather.
your great grandfather,
Yeah,
really.
my great friend.
So you
it's interesting.
you
So we
continue on
go-
the legacy.
Yes, yes.
I love that. And then to the left of us, or to his partner in crime and in life and all the good things, we have Miss Linda Schwartz, right? Who
Right,
is
yeah.
ambition and passion with technology, but then also it sounds like you've transitioned into more of the physical fitness side. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Well, I used to work on Wall Street and
Nice.
Midtown Manhattan in banking and brokerage. I started at a college first in travel
Okay.
industry, so I was working with the cruise lines and hotels and all that, and then I got more into technology and all that in
Okay.
banking,
Okay.
brokerage. So I had worked for a French bank.
Okay.
At that time, it was called Credit Lyonnais. They obviously went out of business just after 2001, 9/11.
Okay.
And, I kept on with my technology and career after I got married.
Okay.
We got married in 98.
98.
And then we went ahead and decided to become parents and have a family. And we had our daughter in May of 2001.
Aw.
And so I was a stay-at-home mom for most of these years,
Okay.
up until we moved out here, basically. And my daughter got older. Now she's 18.
Nice.
And now, within these last 6 years being out here, moved from New York to California. So then I found fitness and Zumba and personal training. I
Wow.
fell in love with it.
So
Man.
from Wall Street to Zumba, that
There
is
you
like,
go.
whoa, that is
Yeah.
a transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, transition.
There you
Yes.
go.
Talking about a transformation, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I mean,
we're
I still love technology, but
Yes.
I no longer want to sit behind the computer.
Yeah.
I want to be out there on the floor with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
and interacting and
Like-
really.
There you go.
Yeah.
In the hallway, she was just talking about how she first heard us with our show with Claude, who I know from the San Diego Tech Hub,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
kind of got you
Yeah. 'Cause we
here.
have a
Then
similar.
Yeah, I know, Claude. That was a powerful episode, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
And he was a
I-
great
I-
guest.
I kept studying because I was really impressed how I right away resonate with all of you.
Yeah.
The idea of using your potential,
Okay.
and most people unfortunately don't use potential.
Yeah.
As we know, a lot of people go to their grave with a dream still in the head.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Ooh.
it's in,
Now,
Go in
let-
the grave with
now
a dream
let's
still in your head.
talk
Still in
about
the head,
that
yeah.
tapping in potential, because you guys both have you with the health and Zumba, and you guys work together with using that as part of the whole relationship coaching. How does that work? Tell me about what's the secret sauce to this, and how do you do this marriage between both of these two entities to do the coaching?
That's a very good question. So
Yeah.
that's what we want to inspire, encourage people. See, I've been obsessed with this divorce. I say to people, like unfortunately, many other epidemics, we have a divorce epidemic.
Yes.
It really do. People don't want to hear it, oh no. But yes, and I feel most marriages can be saved.
Okay.
They really
Okay.
can. It's just the way society today is been we all been brainwashed.
Okay.
That the saying goes, one spouse says to the other spouse, pack your bags, get out of my house, you'll hear from my lawyer.
Oh wow.
And
Wow.
you say, oh, I just solved my problems. No, and I tell people, no, you just started them.
Yeah.
Because I was discussing, Michael, I encourage everybody to watch one of my guests on a radio show, invite us to a presentation. That was by Thousand Oaks, and we lived that time in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And it's called Divorce Corp. It's a shocking documentary, and it starts just the trailer. The trailer starts that divorce for some people, divorce is worse than death. Now think about it. In other words, why? Because they say that the lawyers, they'll get every penny they can out of the couple
Yeah.
if they can.
Wow.
And the lawyers get together with the judges, and there's no checks and balances on the family courts. On the criminal courts, yes, but not on the family courts. So the saying goes, you can watch a documentary that 100 years from now,
Yeah.
they're going to look back in our time and say that we lived in primitive times. We said we're better off living in Scandinavia, where there are more equal rights between husband and wife, between the couples, than we have here.
Really.
It's really, really, it's really a tragedy.
Wow.
Like,
You know, it's so interesting because when you talk about like in all the different financial spaces that we work in, I see this far too often than I would care to really talk about. working with clients in their credit, I hear it so often. And when I look and I'm seeing all of this like disparity in their score and just financial turmoil, and I ask them like, what happened? And maybe about 2 minutes into the conversation, I hear the D word, and it's
There you go.
divorce, and
Yeah.
and it's like, man, and people turn nasty, people get ugly, and I have to ask something because
Sure.
I've had such a pleasure getting to know both of you. Linda calls me all the time. We talk pretty regularly,
Yeah.
and then periodically I get to hear from you. And you guys have such a different dynamic, both of you, in your own individual right. How did you guys meet? Like, where did you guys meet?
Good question. You ready for this, everybody?
Yes.
Yes, let's do it.
We were actually matched. We were matched.
Really?
The old-fashioned way.
Really?
How you like that?
That was before Matchmaker.com. I see.
Wait, so
yes.
tell me about this.
Okay.
So no
Yes.
Tinder, no Instagram, no DM,
No, none of that.
None of
The
that.
old-fashioned way. They took a photograph of me, took a photograph of Linda,
Yeah.
and actually two women sat together. And listen to this. It's amazing. They like the fact that we both have, that time, our phone numbers in New York, 4-digit were the same. In our phone numbers.
Wow.
They saw that as a sign
Yeah.
that, well, maybe we should get these two together,
Uh-huh.
And that's how it started.
So was this in New York?
That
or-
was in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did you guys both live in New York together?
Oh, well, originally I'm from Israel. So,
Okay.
I came in '69.
Okay.
Linda's been living all her life.
Linda, where are you originally from?
I was born in the Bronx,
Okay.
and I grew up until I was 12 there. And
Okay.
then I moved to Forest Hills, Queens, and I was raised there and stayed there all the way through. I mean, of course, with all my traveling and everything.
Yeah.
I'm a Forest Hills girl, basically.
Okay.
And I loved Forest Hills.
Nice.
it's
I
really
love
You
that.
may know
It's-
what
it rem-
Forest Hills, but
it's-
yeah.
Well, put it this way: there's 5 boroughs of New York.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
Forest Hills, Queens. It's a town in Queens, which is one of the
Yeah.
boroughs of New York.
Yeah, and everybody knows
Yeah.
Queens. Yeah.
Yes.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So you know what? Because I really want to dive into this, and I want to make sure that we get our commercial breaks done early
Yeah.
because I really want to get into the meat and potatoes when we come back. So if we can we cut a commercial break early or?
Yeah, we can go now.
Okay, yeah, let's cut early, and then when we come back, we're gonna really dive into this and start talking about relationships, the difference between Eastern and Western culture, because you've gotten exposed to that,
Yes.
and then even give you guys some alarming statistics about divorce that you may not even know.
Okay.
Dr. Dorothy Smith was born in a rural area of Memphis, Tennessee, to Reverend and Miss Theodore White, and graduated as valedictorian in 1957 from Weekly High School. She has earned a bachelor and a master's degree, both in English in addition to a doctorate in educational leadership from USC. Dr. Smith was the first African American woman to be elected to public office in the city of San Diego, and served as a board member for San Diego Unified Schools from 1981 to 1988. She has worn several hats at Common Ground Theater for the past 16 years, such as board member, president, production manager, and chief volunteer. Dr. Smith is a Golden and Life member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and is a recipient of numerous educational awards. This moment in Black history has been sponsored by Women of Influence California, an organization dedicated to encouraging women to be the salt and light of the world. Please visit our Facebook page, Women of Influence California, to learn about our vision and to see dates for our upcoming luncheons.
Mark your calendars and save the date for Jacobs Presents Second Service in honor of Black History Month on Sunday, February 16th from 1 to 4 p.m. Second Service will honor game changers in music and more. There will be food, live music, and performances by Eddie Balltrip in Fulfillment, Men for Christ, Lyric, Celine Jurgen, and more. Don't miss it. This is a free event, but you must RSVP at Eventbrite. Second service will be held at the Jacobs Center in Celebration Hall, 404 Euclid Avenue in San Diego, California. To secure your seat at the table for second service, you must RSVP at Eventbrite. Don't miss it. Second service, a celebration in honor of Black History Month on Sunday, February 16th from 1 to 4 p.m. Hope to see you there.
On Sunday, February 23rd, San Diego State University will host the SDSU Super Sunday Gospel Fest and Resource Fair inside Montezuma Hall. The doors for the Resource Fair open at 5:30 and the festival starts at 6:30 p.m. The event will feature two main parts.
A resource fair for students K through 12 and their families, providing them with valuable information on how to prepare and pay for college, followed by an amazing Super Sunday Gospel Fest featuring award-winning gospel recording artist Bashan Mitchell.
Along with Jessica Clemens, Kiera Daffin, DeJuan James, and multiple San Diego choirs, hosted by comedian and praise and worship leader Jarrell Quinn.
All are invited to come out and experience the Power Partnership on Sunday, February 23rd, 5:30 p.m. The CSU's Graduation Initiative 2025
aims to eliminate achievement gaps and increase graduation rates across the 23 campuses, including San Diego State University. For more information on tickets, the Super Sunday Gospel Fest and Resource Fair,
please call Asia Jones at 619-594-5211. That's 619-594-5211. Or email her at asia.jones@sdsu.edu, spelled ASHA.jones@sdsu.edu.
or simply just go to Eventbrite and type in Super Sunday SDSU. Hope to see you there.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk About It. I'm one of the co-hosts here, Mike the Money Guy, a.k.a. Michael Dunn, CEO of Decade Financial Solutions. And today we have lovely guests Linda Schwartz and Naftali Schwartz. So we were just diving into some relationships, but before we do that, let's introduce our other hosts.
William Bertice, I'm your man that has your money. So if you're looking at buying a home or getting a better rate on your home, give me a call. I'm always happy to help.
And Terrell Simmons, your career and professional development guru, in the house with these lovely young people today.
And
Thank you for
before,
that
before we get back into it, you know, we are on Facebook Live. So for those who are watching live, if you have any questions that you have for our two guests today in regards to marriage and relationships and divorce, please write it in the comment section. We promise that as soon as we see it, we get a chance to talk about it or answer that question. Or if you just want to make a comment, please make the comment in the comment section. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, we love to hear from you guys. I know this is a topic that we can all relate to in one way, shape, or form, relationships, along with divorce. And just before we jump into it, we were having a lot of fun even talking in between the commercials. Here's an alarming statistic for you guys. There's one divorce approximately every 36 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So in that commercial
Wow.
break, statistically speaking, about 4 to 5 people or couples are getting divorced. I mean, this is a real thing, guys. This is a real epidemic in our
Yeah.
society. And I wanted to really bring somebody who I believe is an expert and a professional who's devoted a lot of their professional career to this topic. And I know we were diving into a lot of how you two met, which is beautiful. And I know that you spent time in Eastern culture in Israel and grew up there.
Yes.
And you had even mentioned too, Linda, that you had grew up in a single home. Can you guys talk to me a little bit about like what that's all been about and what's that like?
Yeah, so I'm going to start and then you can take over. So you see, the whole thing started when I was in college. I did one of my term papers I titled Attitude Toward Divorce. And I found out apparently we live in a throwaway society. In other words, if you have an old pair of shoes or the big lighter, anything that is throwable, people just throw it away.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, people adopt the same notion that, well, maybe we can just throw our spouses away and get a new spouse.
Wow.
But people don't realize that the new spouse is going to have their own idiosyncrasies. Everybody has their own personality.
Yes.
The trick is to learn how to get along with each other,
Absolutely.
you see. And apparently, what I tell a lot of people, which is unfortunate, in my research, I found out that it started when Ronald Reagan was governor of
Okay.
California. That time, the women's liberation movement was very, very strong. And they put a lot of pressure on him. And he didn't know what to do. So he came with this idea, no-fault divorce. It's not my fault. It's not my spouse's fault. We just don't get along.
Irreconcilable differences.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. And we'll just call it quits. So he made it very easy for people to get divorced instead of let's go and work things out.
Hmm.
That's how it started.
So you think if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like what you're saying is that a lot of this kind of epidemic really comes from an idea of like not being willing to kind of tough it out with your spouse and really work through the problem to get to some sort of resolution. And it's just really simple. Is that what I'm getting?
Exactly, because I keep telling people that marriage is a wonderful institution. If
Yeah.
you look back in the Bible, I mean, marriage is about. I mean, how did it start? Man, it's written that God created men, and God saw that it's not good for men to be alone.
Yes.
So right, so then He created a woman.
Yes.
From the rib, right?
Yes.
Adam and Eve.
Yes.
And the whole idea is for men and women to complement each other, and work together to help each other. Now, for example, Linda and I, since we've met from the beginning, we started helping each other
Okay.
and building each other. And that's where you can, go ahead, Linda, you can emphasize what I mean by that.
Yeah, because I love a woman's take on these types of topics. Because I mean, obviously, we have what, 5 men here in the building, and I think there's a certain beauty to the way that women see the world. There's a certain empathy and sensitivity that I think sometimes as men we just it takes us a little longer to get there,
Yes.
And I wonder, like, I know you had mentioned, I do appreciate you for being vulnerable and sharing, like, growing up in a single home. Like, first of all, what was that like? And then second of all, like, how do you feel like that shaped your views on relationships and just things that you wanted to do going into your marriage?
Wow. Well, it was definitely not easy growing up. From the age of 2, my parents got divorced when I was 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
So I never had a father in my life growing up. And so I really only had the view of, like, my favorite show in the old days,
Yeah.
the Brady Bunch, right? We had the 2 parents married, a professional husband,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
She's home with her housekeeper, and they're taking care of the kids when they
Yeah.
come home from school. I always had a dream that I would have something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I had my beautiful daughter. I wanted to have more children after that. It didn't work out.
Okay.
But anyway, growing up and I have an older brother too, but I won't go there.
Okay.
Sorry.
However, it was very difficult.
Okay.
My mom was very, very bitter in the end, and she passed in 2007
Okay.
from diabetes. That's the wellness part that you can get me a little bit later. I think.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, all of what I've grown up with, it was very difficult. But I thank God I've always had friends in school, especially in high school. I had 2 good friends of mine
Yeah.
that they found their boyfriends in school and they got married right after high school.
Really?
And so I saw that. And then I saw also their parents were together. And I always knew I wanted some kind of a real love relationship that would end up like that.
Yes.
And I just didn't know exactly how to go about it. And I was in high school. They graduated a year ahead of me. I graduated the following year. And then I knew I was going to college.
Yeah.
So I went straight to college. In between all that, at least thank God I had those friends. So that led me to the thinking of, well, I'll be able to get married soon one day.
Yeah.
How to make that happen there's no example in my home at that time,
Yeah.
right? My mom was upset about a lot of things, and so we never really resonated with each other, and I just took my life to the next level. Then when I was going through college, like literally the last 3 years of college, I had a friend of mine, and she was also from Israel.
Yeah.
And her parents are together holding hands in the pictures on Facebook till this
Aww.
day.
I love that. How
And
long have
when
they been married?
They've been married, her parents know each other since the age of 13. They're probably in their 80s now.
I
Yeah,
love
remember
that.
we were
You
just
know?
talking about that
Yeah.
on break, and I just saw how her face lit up.
Yeah.
Now, you two both had very different backgrounds of what marriage and love look like, and I'm sure you formed your own love languages as you guys got together. Are you guys? What would you say? What is your love language with each other, and how have you been able to take your background on what you've seen love is to kind of create such a
Yes.
long and
That's
healthy relationship?
That's a very good point, because we really are different personalities.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we're,
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, as soon as you guys start.
People see us
Yeah.
together, they say, "How do you two get along?"
I'm curious to know what your love language is and what your love language is too.
They
Like,
don't- they don't-
Right.
You know,
Oh, we
they-
have arguments. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
yeah. Because really, see, if you think about it's like Abbott and Costello, all of those. See,
Yeah.
I'm the comedian. She's a serious. She's
Yeah.
I'm-
Really?
I'm Costello.
Really?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
remember, I'm coming out of your world.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that
finance,
right. Yeah, very,
finance,
very,
everything
very
is
numbers.
yeah,
It's all boop,
numbers
boop, boop,
and
boop.
leave me alone.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
doesn't understand when I'm sitting by the computer and
Yeah,
I'm
and you're just
concentrating.
dialed in.
Yeah.
Right. So,
I love
so-
that.
Right.
Right.
So to answer your question, I think the audience will find this very amusing. When we first dated, one time Linda came in and she was very serious, you know, very uptight.
Yeah.
You know, coming from the Manhattan, the business world. So I said, no, this is not happening. So you know, what I literally did. I said, you have to get out, take off your monkey suit. You're home now.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to become human again.
Yeah.
Because I said I'm dealing with a robot.
Yeah. You call it a monkey suit.
I call them monkey. Yes, yeah, you know, the suit and tie. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she walked in, and that's I'm teaching people.
Yeah.
That you have to understand we all play different roles.
Right.
So when you come home, take the monkey suit off or whatever. You know, in other words, you are now home. You
Yeah.
have to readjust yourself to I'm now in a different world.
You know, that's
You
so
see?
that's so interesting. Like that you keyed in on that. It's like giving your partner that space. I think it's really challenging at times, especially when you're in that transition. Like either you're married and you're just now starting to live together, or maybe you're living together and you're getting ready to get married and you're learning. Because I think living with someone and dating them when they're in separate homes are like completely two different
What do you
animals.
think about
That's
that?
correct.
Living with someone, you see what it's like living with them before you get married.
Oh, that's an excellent question. Now, this might shock a lot of people, but we don't believe in this living together.
Really?
No, because it's living together. It turns out, if there's no commitment, you see, then unfortunately, especially for men feel, oh, look, you know, we can have children till we are 70, 80. Women have a biological clock.
Yeah.
They don't have that luxury. So, for example, we know some people, I was just telling Michael, they're dating 8 years. I feel so sorry for the woman. I mean,
8 years into the game, no
8
ring.
years and no ring. I mean,
What-
apparently the
what are
man-
we doing?
Yeah, the man is very comfortable.
What's going on?
Yeah, the man is not. You know, it happened to Linda too. Before she met me, the joke is that she told this man, "What do you want?" He said, "I want a companion." He says, "You don't want to get married?" No, I want a companion. She told him, "Go get a dog."
Yeah.
You see?
That's that New York. That's that New Yorker right there.
Yeah, that's a New York
Go get a
mentality.
cat.
That's what she told him. Go get a dog. I want to get married.
Yeah.
You see? So it's a really serious issue. So to answer your question, so when you're living together, if there's no commitment, it becomes a circus.
Right.
Yeah.
You see, when you get married, suddenly we grow up. We become more responsible,
Right.
and we realize that we have a commitment here. We
Yeah.
have to make life.
And you
more-
want to honor that commitment as
Yeah.
much as
But
honor.
what if-
Yes.
I'm not saying this okay. but
Yes.
I've heard from other people's reasoning is I want to see what it's like living with this person before I get married. So can I stand this individual in the morning?
Right. Well,
Or
so
that-
I want,
okay.
and just to play devil's advocate, I
Okay.
had a friend say, you know, would you ever buy a car without test driving it first?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm familiar with that statement. But when it comes, you see, here's the point. Everybody's going. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You're going to be shocked. Now, you see, it comes a point in your life when you already know what you don't want.
Yeah.
So when I met Linda, I proposed to her after 3 dates.
I love that.
After 3 days?
I love that.
3 days.
You just,
And
you
I-
just knew.
Yeah,
Okay.
How
You just
far-
knew. There was-
how far
yeah.
apart were the dates?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, within 2 or 3
Within a
weeks.
month.
A month.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
It was
okay.
very.
Naphtali, you just
I mean,
man.
I knew what I
Well,
knew what
I
I
was
want. I knew what I
35.
want.
you little little
I was
Eastern
30.
playboy. You just know. You just
I'm
lay it on her,
telling
huh?
you,
Just
I'm
I
real.
telling
was already 35.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you guys
You
are on
know,
it. You're like,
Alright.
hey, we got.
And
Like,
get-
And Linda's like,
you
we
know,
got a schedule.
Yeah.
Let's keep it.
How old were you per se when this
That's
happened?
42.
47.
Okay, so you
Okay,
know,
so you
okay.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, yeah, you
At that
know.
point,
You
really
know.
And so my point is, and we got married within 3 months.
Mhm.
3 people with 3 months.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, because you know I meet people. Say, oh well, we're gonna be engaged. We'll be engaged for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
I said that's a mistake. A
Yeah.
lot can happen in 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes you meet people say, well, we go to college. We want to graduate first. I said, okay, I'll accept that. But most of the time, long engagements. Don't forget, we all meet people every day. If you know what I mean. We all
Now,
have.
What would you say if your daughter met a gentleman and then in 3 months she wanted to get married to him? While she's away in college somewhere?
Our daughter?
Yeah.
That's a good question. We
Here we go.
haven't-
Here's where the
we
rubber
haven't-
meets the road.
We haven't come to that
Yeah.
point yet. So
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, right?
Dad, you did it.
yeah.
But you know what though? I mean, my
Yeah,
my
yeah,
mom
my
is that
mom,
way.
yeah.
So like even like I think when I turned like 25, 26, like anytime that I was dating someone, like maybe about 2 to 3 months into it, my mom would just ask me like, like, so what are we doing? Like, what are we doing with this one? Are we looking for marriage? Are you just playing around? Are you
Yes.
playing house? Like what? Because her thought process is that like as a man, like you really know when you know. Like you don't. It's not one of these things that you really have to do a lot of guesswork about. I didn't used to agree with that until I grew up in the last like 3 to 4 years. Because I've been playing around for a long time, but just recently, about maybe 31-ish, 32-ish, I started getting really serious about me as a man, and like, and the woman that I'm now dating, like, I have no doubt in my mind that like she's who I want to marry. Like it's not even like we've been best friends, and then it was just like, I'm only dating you to get married. Like that's it. Like because I know what I want. Like I know what I don't want. I've gone through that process
go.
of self-discovery, right?
There you
And
go.
I think that's
Yes.
important. Would you agree? Like
Yeah. By the way, I want to also emphasize to our audience,
Yeah.
everybody's listening. And the older I get, I don't know, I'm coming with this new theory. It might be very old-fashioned, but because women have a biological clock, wouldn't it be nice if we can reverse everything? In other words, let the women get married in the 20s, have children, and when they're 40s, let them go. They start their careers. What women do today do the opposite. They go to college, start their careers. They say we're gonna be super women.
Yeah.
Right. Mother, career woman. But something has to give, and it does give. And usually, who pays the price? The children.
I had that conversation this morning. with the
Really?
young lady. Yes.
You see?
And we're gonna go back into it, but we're gonna take a real
Okay, yeah,
quick
let's
break.
let's dive
It's-
into
it's-
that.
It's gonna be our
Yeah.
last commercial break,
Okay.
and we'll be back. Let's talk about. We're gonna talk more about relationships and marriage and divorce.
So you had
What
a.
about the wellness
But
part?
I got it.
We're gonna.
On Sunday, February 23rd, San Diego State University will host the SDSU Super Sunday Gospel Fest and Resource Fair inside Montezuma Hall. The doors for the Resource Fair open at 5:30 and the festival starts at 6:30 p.m. The event will feature 2 main parts.
A resource fair for students K through 12 and their families, providing them with valuable information on how to prepare and pay for college, followed by an amazing Super Sunday Gospel Fest featuring award-winning gospel recording artist Bashan Mitchell.
Along with Jessica Clemens, Kiara Daffin, Dewan James, and multiple San Diego choirs, hosted by comedian and praise and worship leader Jarrell Quinn.
All are invited to come out and experience the power of partnership on Sunday, February 23rd, 5:30 p.m. The CSU's Graduation Initiative 2025.
Aims to eliminate achievement gaps and increase graduation rates across the 23 campuses, including San Diego State University. For more information on tickets, the Super Sunday Gospel Fest and Resource Fair,
Please call Asia Jones at 619-594-5211. That's 619-594-5211. Or email her at asia.jones@sdsu.edu, spelled ASHA.jones@sdsu.edu.
or simply just go to Eventbrite and type in Super Sunday SDSU. Hope to see you there.
If you're an artist that needs artwork, social media designs, or marketing designs, such as emails, newsletters, or EPKs, rush orders are no problem. They guarantee a 48 to 72 hour turnaround on any design. AN1 Services is your one-stop shop. Check them out at www.an1services.com. That's AN1services.com.
I had reasoned this out in my mind. There was one of 2 things I had a right to, liberty or death. If I could not have one, I would have the other. These are the words of Harriet Tubman, an American abolitionist and political activist. Born into slavery in Dorchester County, Maryland, Harriet Tubman is perhaps the most well-known of all the Underground Railroad conductors. Tubman's first passengers to freedom were her niece and her niece's children. Harriet made 19 trips into the South and escorted over 300 slaves from the South to as far north as Canada into freedom. She often traveled at night to avoid capture by reward-seeking trackers. At one point, she had a $40,000 bounty on her head. Harriet Tubman would threaten to kill any runaway slaves in the group if they had second thoughts and wanted to turn back. If one person wanted to turn back, it would jeopardize everyone involved. And as she once proudly pointed out to Frederick Douglass, she never lost a single passenger. Harriet died of pneumonia on March 10, 1913, surrounded by friends and family at around the age of 93. Her last words were, "I go to prepare a place for you." This moment in Black history is sponsored by Veronica Graham Chris, owner of Exquisite Venture Events, planning and design for life's most significant moments.
Welcome, 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 everybody, to Let's Talk About It. I am your co-host, Mr. Michael Dunn, a.k.a. Mike the Money Guy, and I got our lovely guests, Naftali and Linda Schwartz, with us today, talking about relationships, wellness, mindfulness, divorce, everything, ups and downs, all these good things that we've been packing in. But before we get back into it, let me introduce you to our other co-host, Mr. William.
I am Mr. William Bertice, the man with your cash. So if you need money, give me a call.
I'm the other man that helps you get the job to get the cash. Mr. Terrell
Who are
Simmons.
you? Who are you, dude? It's Terrell, being silly as always.
Your career coach and professional development guru. But starting off back with William, we was just talking about how you had that lovely conversation with the young lady who had to put the pause on you.
Yeah, well, she tried. She tried. I got to school for a minute, and we were having a discussion about roles and
Yeah.
Gender roles.
Gender
Yes.
roles in
Okay.
a relationship.
All right.
And
Yes.
gender roles. Let me clarify.
Yeah, let's clarify.
And she was just saying like, well, if the woman supports the household and that's okay, and I just was saying there's some relationships where that might be the case, but overall, if a relationship fails or a family fails or a family doesn't meet their goals in life, a lot of it is dependent on the male
Yes.
because he's the leader of the family. So I was just trying to expound on that, but that's really not my expertise. I know that's something you study.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts about that? Because I think one of the issues with marriage that a lot of people have, one of the reasons why there is so much divorce and people are breaking up is there's a mix-up in roles.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
That's
Men-
interesting.
Lot of
Men
confusion,
aren't
Yeah.
coming up to their duties.
Correct.
Sometimes women try to compensate for those men duties.
Yeah.
And so it just seems like the roles, there's a misunderstanding of who should be
Yes.
doing what.
That's a very good observation. That is correct. In fact, I was telling Michael, there's a very funny, to me it's funny, but many years ago there was a song. Everybody, we cannot listen to it. You can Google it. It's called American Woman.
Oh, yeah.
American
Okay.
Woman. American Woman.
Stay away
Lenny Kravitz.
from me.
away
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah.
Now, now think about, interesting.
Yeah.
If you know it's Donald Trump, what kind of women does he marry?
I have no idea.
Not American.
Not American, except the middle one, Marla, I believe.
Yeah.
But the first and the third
Yeah.
are not American women. Now there is something to that, because he realized that unfortunately American women are confused. I say-
Really?
I say American
Woo!
women.
You're gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a lot of
Yeah.
women mad at you,
No, no,
Naftali.
no,
Oh
I'm
boy,
gonna-
you walking on hot coals right now.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna add to it.
Yeah.
And American men are confused.
Wow, everybody's confused.
Everybody's
Okay.
confused.
Okay.
Aren't you with an American woman?
Yeah,
listen to
but
this.
guess
But
what?
you want to hear something? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Because my wife said she's not going to marry an American man.
Ah.
Where am I
Okay.
from originally? Think
Israel.
about it.
Israel.
Her mother said to her, "You're not going to marry an American man,"
Okay.
because she said she cannot relate to American men.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
You
it's
see?
very interesting.
Because she doesn't understand how to relate to American men.
It's true. I
Right.
mean, everything. When I was dating these professional guys on Wall Street, everything was just like an emptiness.
Yeah.
There was no spirituality. There was no value system. Everything was like, oh, they're going to talk to me about the next computer software that's coming out.
Yeah.
Or how much money they made today, or how much they trading, or whatever.
Yeah,
they're
it's all
doing.
virtually meaningless.
There's
It's no substance. Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah, I
absolutely
want to say,
nothing.
when I first,
and then
the
women
first
go
day,
downstairs, hang out at the bars with everybody downtown.
Yeah.
They're stressed
I want to say,
out.
by the
Yeah.
way, right now, first date, what do we
Yeah.
do? Linda, what the first thing Linda knows about, which was different, on the first date, I said to Linda, tell me about you. And she said, what do you mean tell me about you? I said, I want to know about, who is Linda?
Yeah.
I didn't talk about my car, my watch, my career. Most men try to impress women by telling them about their
All the outside stuff.
All the outside stuff. They don't tell who they are. Women want to know, who are you?
Woo.
I think because
See?
our society, American culture, has got us ingrained that if you have a nice car, you get the nice woman with the nice car. So you talk about the
That's
nice car
correct.
and you impress the woman with the
Yes.
nice
Dave
car.
Chappelle has a joke about that.
What?
Well, he says men buy nice cars not because they want nice cars, because they know women like nice cars.
What?
You see?
So
You see?
he says, so once he says he drives up in a nice car and a woman says, "Ooh, nice car," he says, "Gotcha." He says more
You
to
see?
that.
Oh,
But,
But if we understood
Yeah.
from what it seems like you're saying, if we understood that how we really get a good woman is by adhering to the values. What do you value? Do we share the same values? Are we speaking the same language?
Yes. You see, the first day we had Linda and I, you ready for this?
Go ahead.
6 hours. 6 hours.
First date, 6 hours? Hey, that's a record.
That's how we knew. In fact, the restaurant owner said, "Well, when is this couple going to go home?" You know,
Right.
I mean,
We
like
don't
six-
know yet.
Yeah, I mean, they probably want to close the restaurant. But we met the 6 hours,
Yeah.
and I just kept. It was like an interview. I said, "I want to get to know you."
He
And
probably thought you was
Yeah.
conducting an interview.
Yeah, right?
I'm like,
But-
what job is she applying
Yeah.
for? My wife.
Exactly.
She's applying for the job of my
Yes,
wife. This is the
yes.
most important job
Yes.
I have right now.
I'm telling you, really. And Linda,
Guys are right.
he's funny, but Linda liked that.
What?
You know, when we went home,
Oh,
and I
boy.
told her, "Don't you have to go to work?" the
Yeah.
next day?" She says, "Work? What work?" I said, "Work. You know, don't you have to?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta go to work. You know, but she didn't want to go home.
Because she knew she found her husband. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, you
She's
go-
like, yeah, where's your place? Where's the place? Yeah, where are we going? Where are we headed?
So then I realized that I got her intrigued. I got through to her that she said she hasn't met not to be people like me
Nah.
that really want to know who is Linda, and not just impress Linda with what they have materialistic.
Okay.
Which is a nice segue.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah, I was
guys
just about
as
to-
a couple.
Well-
and what makes this dynamic work?
Well, hold on. I
Okay.
actually have
Okay, go
a
ahead.
because there's so Naftali, we've gotten a really good concept and idea of who you are, right? And Linda, it bears on this conversation, right? So the Linda that was when you guys first met is obviously much different now than and the things. I mean, even like what we talked about earlier, going from like Wall Street to Zumba, like that. I can't. You could. That couldn't. There's like the two antithesis of each
Yeah,
other,
I
right?
would never have thought about that 21 years ago. We married
Okay,
21
so
years, yeah.
let's talk about that for a second, right? Let's talk about it. Where are you at today? What is in your career today? What is valuable to you today, and how did you get there? And then obviously at the end, tell us how that works with your guys' new dynamic as you guys gotten older.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we're married 21 years.
Yeah.
So we had an interest when we first came out. We came out to Vegas the first time 2006. Why am I'm mentioning how we got out to the West Coast?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been out to the West Coast. But we came out the first time 2006. Then we went 2008 again to Vegas. And we started thinking, maybe we're going to move out there, right?
Yeah.
And then we decided to take another trip in 2011. We came out here to San Diego. We loved it immediately.
Okay.
So we started to try and work on seeing how we're going to get our daughter in a private yeshiva out
Yeah.
here.
Private,
Working.
it's a Hebrew school.
It's
Yeah,
a-
yeah,
it's a-
yeshiva.
it's
Yeah,
a
got it.
private Jewish school. And we're like looking around, and we just had a big interest to come out here. We
Yeah.
had no idea how we're going to do it financially. We
Yeah.
just did not know. And we're just praying, and, we used to do this, speaking of wellness and
Yeah.
psychology and all this, and coaching. So we used to do this tapping thing. If you go online and you go to Brad Yates, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know him personally, but you go to Brad Yates, you can see all the tapping videos that he does.
Yeah.
And there's another lady, Margaret Lynch. She does also tapping. So I was literally tapping for $50,000. Right?
Yeah.
I was trying to find a way to get money.
Yeah.
I was just having fun with it.
Yeah.
Had no idea. And so anyway, well, don't want to go into this part, but my father did pass away.
Okay.
There was a
Sorry
little
for your
money
loss.
left over. And we were able to make our move out here in 2013, August 2013.
Okay, so you guys make the move. Where did where did the physical wellness, where did the Zumba come in? Like, how
Well-
did this fit into the picture?
Well, even before we came out and we knew we were coming out,
Yeah.
I said, I really want to go back into the gym. I even thought about it then.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how fast it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
We came in the end of 2000. We came in the end of August 2013, and we were there a couple of months, And I would say my friend's girlfriend, when we were living in LA, she said, "Would you like to come work out with me?"
Yeah.
So I said, "Well, let me see if I have any leggings left from years ago." So
Yeah.
I had like
Yeah.
2 pairs or whatever. So I went ahead. I said, "Okay." So we went once, and I was like, "Boy, am I like so
No,
out
but,
of shape."
But that point,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where you were introduced to Zumba.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's when I
Yeah.
found out about personal training and Zumba. And then the second time I went with her again for free, and then I got a call from the manager in Crunch Fitness in Burbank,
Yes.
and I joined with my
By the
whole
way,
family.
I just want to
Yeah.
interject.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the point I think Linda should emphasize to our audiences that about, for example, is diabetes.
Yes.
Now, she has diabetes running in her family, but I'm very proud of her. She lost 30 pounds.
Aw, love that.
Yes, and she said that she's going to find ways. Just because her mother got it and her brother got it doesn't
Yeah,
mean that
that's
she
just,
has,
yeah, it doesn't have
that
to be
she
her
has to
legacy.
get it.
I love that.
Yes,
Right.
so could you tell what you did?
Sure. Yeah. So that all started in 2010, April 2010. I got on my news feed in Facebook from Penny Shelton, a website called rawfoodrehab.com.
Yeah.
You can still find it today. I joined, and I was on that site like every day. The inspiration of learning how to make green smoothies and all these raw foods.
She
So
started-
you just changed you did a
I
diet
changed
overhaul.
everything.
Yes.
It wasn't overnight
Yes.
because
Yeah.
I was like, well, how am I going to get used to eating rabbit food? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
That was
yes.
my thinking then.
But that's,
Then, after about a month, I started to think a little different, feel better. I was continuing making green smoothies. I would
Yeah.
make these raw apple pies and different things. And I just fell in love with it. And I've been vegetarian now, 90%, 95% vegan now.
Nice.
You
Love
know,
that.
so the
And when
point is,
we
Michael,
came out here,
she changed her
yeah.
whole diet. She literally
I
changed.
changed the
you
entire
know,
diet.
And so her
Yeah.
message to people is that you, again, you sound very much in transformation.
Yes.
We all have the ability to transform. Just we don't realize it, but we can transform. We can change. You see, I'm right now. I just want to say for 1 second,
Mhm.
I'm very much into studying the conscious and subconscious, and apparently everybody should look up the word paradigm. You
Okay.
familiar with the word paradigm?
Yes, paradigm shift.
Okay, I did not know about this paradigm. What is a paradigm? I was introduced by Bob
Bob
Proctor.
Mm.
So I looked it up, and apparently paradigm is we are controlled 95% of us, not 95% of the time, we are controlled by our subconscious mind, not our conscience. So when people say, for example, New Year resolution, the reason New Year resolutions don't work is because the subconscious is a program that we have, and we are basically sophisticated robots or sophisticated computers, if you will, and
Yeah.
we have to learn how to change the programming, and that's what Linda did.
Yeah.
Linda changed her programming, and look-
As it relates to, and
Yeah,
you know, and
you
I'm
see?
I'm actually kind of curious. So, getting so active, getting so physically involved. I know being an athlete, a former athlete, should I say, the kind of the psychological implications that it had on me and the way that it shaped my relationships and the way that I interacted with people. Did you find that your guys' relationship began to even blossom even more than what it already had as you begin to find this kind of new sense of self in this physical fitness?
yes, actually, Linda's helping me because again, I'm more into the mental, Linda's more to the physical.
Yeah.
But now I find myself when we go to Zumba, she does a good deed for the senior citizens now, and I actually joined them.
Yeah.
Because I realized I need to start exercising. So to answer
Yeah.
your question,
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
it's
So it's added a whole new dynamic to you guys' relationship.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I love that.
yeah.
That's so
I mean,
funny.
for sure. And I mean, I've loved Latin music since I was 16. I've been
Okay.
dancing since I was 16 and
Yeah.
before that.
Okay.
So
She
I
can
just
she can dance the
filmed.
whole day.
I could.
She
You
literally
could.
can dance
When
the
we
whole
go
time.
into Sprouts or some store and nobody's around or whatever, and I hear a song that I like, I just start moving. It's
Yeah.
just my nature. I just love it. I love music.
I love that.
So that's how she got.
So then the next step is health and wellness.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I mean, being with all these issues that I have, like for instance, in my family,
Yeah.
and plus my own self. I mean, suffering from IBS.
Yeah.
The irritable
Yeah.
bowel syndrome. So, I mean, I'm going to the chiropractor now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do different things. For
All kinds of
myself.
holistic, everything,
Yes,
encompassing
everything.
it all. I love that.
Exactly. And
I love that.
really want to help other
Yeah.
people with the same thing. I mean, I would love to help people with weight loss, get into a good physical fitness type of regime like
Yeah.
me. But they don't have to be exactly like me, but I'm just saying to start working out.
Yeah.
Just, we really need all the material I'm reading now to study for this exam, for the AFA
Yeah.
exam. You really have to, especially the older you get, at least 2 to 3 times a week in the gym or doing some kind of
Yeah,
physical activity.
Absolutely.
If you don't do at least 2, 3, I mean, it's like you're not moving.
By the way,
at all.
can I just say
Yeah.
something? One of Linda's heroes, everybody should look it up. Amazing woman. She's, I think, 83 years old. Her name is Ernestine Shepherd.
I think
Yes.
I've heard of her.
I
Heard
can,
of her?
the woman has a Guinness Book World Records. I mean, she
Guinness
looks.
Book, she's a bodybuilder,
looks
famous
phenomenal.
bodybuilder.
Yeah.
She's
The
such an
woman
inspiration.
benches at
And-
83 years old. She
Yeah.
benches 150 pounds.
And-
Jesus.
And you
She's
know what her
amazing.
message is? She said to everybody, remember, age is just a number.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a number. So just because our bodies get old, it doesn't mean we have to get older with it.
Yeah.
We can keep our minds
Sharp.
Sharp and
moving-
young.
Yeah.
It's just, by the way, Doctor, I have a lot of my own coaches that I look up to. But for example, Dr. Wayne Dyer, he said just because, somebody's getting old, he says, "Oh, I'm getting old," and you start walking slow.
Yeah.
You start
Yeah.
talking slow.
Yeah.
Hey, no, he said you don't have to talk. You can keep talking fast.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
your body may start going slower,
Yeah.
but you can talk normal. You see, get it? So
Good.
that's
Troy, were you gonna say something?
Yeah.
Sound like you were
No,
gonna
no,
jump
no,
in.
no, I
Uh-oh.
was just gonna say maybe he's hanging around too many slow people.
Yeah,
he was like,
yeah,
slow it
right.
down.
But a lot of people, but we all,
Yeah.
but notice a lot of people is they get, for example, it's very sad when we go see the senior citizens, and we see a lot of them literally waiting for death, and we feel so sorry for them, literally sitting in a wheelchair, just sitting there. And Linda says, "Come on, let's
Let's
pack
get
it up.
moving. Like, let's go
Yeah.
do
That's
something.
what-
Yeah.
And they look at her like, and then so I deliberately take Ernestine Shepherd, Shepherd, what's her name? Ernestine.
Shepherd, right?
Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in Baltimore. by the way.
I've taken my phone.
Baltimore.
And I show, excuse me, I said, look at this woman. She's 83. What's your excuse? And they said, what? She's 83? I
Wow.
said, yeah, what's your excuse? You see? And that's how we try to inspire people.
Okay.
So because, again, it's a mind, everything, our message here, everything is a mindset.
Okay.
All right, so question for you.
Yeah,
Because I kind of want to hit back on the whole marriage
sure.
part of this, too.
Ooh, so that's how we're gonna end off.
Yeah.
Boy, it goes by so quick.
It does.
Oh, it does.
I'm
I'm
telling,
telling you.
We have so much to
It
say,
does,
but go ahead.
yeah.
Good.
And that's why we want to kind of say, what would you say for someone who is looking to get married? What would your recommendation be for them to find the right person? And then the second question is, once you are married, what are things you can do to maintain that marriage where you're still holding hands after
21 years.
20-something
Love
years,
that.
Yes.
60-something years?
That's a very good question. Yeah. So as I said before, the trick is get to know the person, not their material possessions. That's not what you take up with you upstairs. What you take with you upstairs is your good deeds and the difference you made in people's lives. So I say, get to know each other. People don't realize that.
Like, really get to know
Yes,
each other.
like-
Strip
like
everything
I did
down
with
and really
Linda.
get to know
Linda,
each other.
See, like I said, Linda said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I want to get to know you." She says, "Why?" I said, "Because I want to see if we're compatible."
I know someone in this
Is it-
room who had a list of 25 questions, and their spouse hit it out the park, and they was married within 6 months. Someone in this room.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say it's not me.
It's not you?
It's not me.
Well, somebody said so. Okay.
It's not me.
I'm engaged. I'm not married.
Yeah.
Ah, there
Oh,
Very
Dr.
nice.
T.
You see?
Secret
So-
sauce, huh?
So the point you see, so that it works. You see, it works. I mean,
Yeah.
So, and to answer your question, how to keep it going is, for example, about 21 years now. Really, I see how we all change. Look at our bodies.
Yeah.
I once asked my father, "How do you deal with getting older?" He says to me, he says, "I don't look in the mirror." Okay.
I don't
Really,
need
but
this.
yeah, you don't
Keep it
look in the
pushing.
mirror, but
Yeah.
the point is this. I mean,
Oh,
our bodies
boy.
are getting older, so
Yeah.
we constantly going through changes. But we have to learn that we can control our thoughts, and that's what we're doing. So every time it's like I'm getting to know Linda all over again, every year, every year that we celebrate anniversary. Okay, I said, what have we accomplished, and what have we learned about each other?
I
You
like
see?
that because that creates an excitement in the relationship,
That's
like
correct.
dating for the first time.
Yes.
And I find that people that do that have a certain spice and energy.
Yeah,
in their
right.
relationship
No matter what
that-
their age, it's like it just
Yeah.
you can just
Yeah.
see it, you can feel it, you can sense it on them.
Because I see too many married friends of mine and that go through this maintenance phase. All right, we have the house, we have the kids, and now it's just well, okay, I love you. I'm doing what I need to do to
Yeah,
to
and
pay
you
the
see
bills.
that's they don't realize.
They don't try to get to know the person.
Exactly. Oh, you know
Each
what's
and
very
every
sad?
year.
You know, Terrell, you know what's really sad? A lot of couples, when their children grow up, we met a couple like that. They were married 30 years. Their children grew up. Okay, it's time to say goodbye. What do you mean it's time to say goodbye? Well, we'll fulfill our duties. Yeah, but now it's your
Oh,
time
and
to-
they break up after
they
the
break
children.
up.
Yeah,
I said,
it's
but this is your time. This is now your time to get to know each other. And they said, well, we don't know what is there to relate. And they
Wow.
don't realize.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
yeah.
I mean, that's when this is your chance now to get to know each other. Yes, you took care of the kids. You did a good job. You raised them, okay? But you see, but now this is your chance, but they don't do it.
All right, I'm gonna throw you another curveball.
Yeah.
You got two couples.
You gotta make it quick because we're running out of time.
Two
okay.
couples.
Two couples.
Their paradigm shift is no, it's him that needs to change. No, it's her that needs to change.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Oh, good one. Yes.
How do they start to?
okay.
How do you build?
I tell you, psychologists say it's very known thing. If you admit, yes, I have a problem, I need help, you just solved 50% of your problem. But if you're gonna blame it's my spouse's fault, my sister, my brother, society, anybody,
Yeah.
I cannot help you because you're not willing to admit I have a problem. I need help. I need to change.
So you're saying to basically evaluate your side of the street first.
Exactly. Does that answer your question?
That answer my question.
You see?
Okay. Because we always do this. We get so going on these topics and then we forget about time. And I want
Yes.
people to know where can they find you if they want to reach out to you
Yes.
guys.
Where at this point, where can they find us? On the
Yes,
moon?
I know.
we've been traveling. But seriously, go ahead. What would be the best way?
Yeah.
Best way? Well, they can go on Facebook is like the platform that I
Okay,
use.
what's your name on Facebook?
Okay, so
Into
Linda
the-
Schwartz
Linda Schwartz,
and Naftali Schwartz.
Naftali Schwartz.
We have separate accounts.
Okay.
And then you see pictures of us together on both.
Okay.
So you can reach out to both of us. And I do the fitness and the wellness, and he's on the relationship side, and we work together when people.
So if we're
need-
having relationship challenges or if we want to get some guidance, we can reach out to you guys directly via Facebook. Is that right?
Yes.
Absolutely. And
I
also
love that.
We
Yeah,
look into
Instagram as well.
And we look
Instagram.
into
What's your
all-
name on
yeah.
Instagram?
Linda Schwartz.
Oh,
It's
Linda
supposed to
Schwartz.
say L Schwartz. I don't know if it has L Schwartz.
And Schwartz is SCHWARTZ.
Easy,
Very
correct.
good.
Perfect.
Yep.
And but we also look into open centers.
Mhm.
Center for Happy Marriages, Center for Self Improvement. We
Right.
look to start a whole network of different
Correct.
divisions where we can help people in different aspects: nutrition, access, health.
So wellness in all
Yes.
ways, shape, and forms. But starting out, like immediately, if we have people right now that wanted to reach out to you guys, that's where they can get to you is through
Yes.
Facebook.
Through Facebook.
Okay,
they
perfect.
can message us. They can call us. Our phone number's there.
Okay.
We also have our website. Our website is www.
Oh, forget it, WW. That's already old.
Yeah. Center for.
Center
Yeah.
for FOR
Mhm.
selfimprovementinc.com.
Center for Self-Improvement Inc.com.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, it is about that time for us to wrap it up. I'm Mike the Money Guy. You guys know where to find me. Where can they find you, Terrell?
Yes.
Oh well, I'm all over the gram, Instagram. Is there another gram? Graham Cracker Box.
We're done with you.
All right.
We done with you. Well, where can we find you, brother?
They find this brother on Graham Cracker.
Right.
You can find me
That's a good one.
Instagram at just put in William Bertice or Facebook William O Bertice because there's another William out there. He's a little bit older.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot TARYELL. The why you
right.
ask? Cause baby, I'm special.
He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, right.
This has been another episode of Let's Talk About It. We'll see you next week.
And we out. So
Bye-bye.
ridiculous, bro.